Right, the first thing that happened in 2018 was moving out of this tiny flat in Preston Park. It's the kitchen, it's the studio flat, into this bigger flat, and just having a solid base, a solid home has made, it's massive, And this is me lobbying up with Anyone's Child, Transform and Support Don't Punish campaign, basically trying to change drug law. And I met with my local MP, Caroline Lucas, and really working behind the scenes there, just trying to get some changes in drug policy in this country. And then on to training for the Brighton Marathon 2018. I was running in the Brighton Marathon for the New Note Orchestra, and training was long, hard, winter months. That's my mate Ol, recently ran the Goodwood half marathon together. We've got a couple of other halves coming up, and long and hard training though for the Brighton Marathon, but really rewarding. I managed to train, stuck to my training plan perfectly, and when it actually came to it, the marathon was good. And look, this is what the rewards. Sunday morning, first thing in Brighton, nobody on the beach, have a lovely swim afterwards. And the actual marathon itself, how did it go? I just felt so strong in this marathon, really did. Had lots of support, it was really good. Parents came up, had people from the orchestra supporting me, and that's the final run into the finish. Managed to sprint to the finish, had lots in the tank still, surprisingly. And there I am with my medal and my mum, couldn't be happier. I also really got back into my photography this year and was asked to exhibit some photos at the Brighton Fringe Festival, and these are some shots that I exhibited there. One was called Connection, this one's called Loneliness. And from that, Brighton Health and Wellbeing Centre have got me involved with their social prescribing programme, and I do photo walks as a result of that. I was also featured in the Guardian newspaper. I was interviewed for an article about running and how running has helped me beat my addiction, which was really good to do. And from that, I've also started a new YouTube channel called The Recovery Runner, and there's more in the bag coming from that next year. This was part of the video I'd done for the New Note Orchestra to promote my sponsorship for the Brighton Marathon, and I managed to raise I think about £800 in total for that, which we bought some new handbells with. The orchestra's just gone from strength to strength this year, really has. It's a fantastic thing to be part of, and the music that you're hearing playing is our recording of Solace, which we performed here at Brighton University. We also performed here at the Nestor Awards in London, and here I am giving a little speech before we perform, just giving a bit of background about myself and how the orchestra's helped me. And there we are performing to a packed crowd at the Nestor conference. I was also asked to be on BBC Sussex to promote the orchestra and my sponsorship by running the marathon. Why I'm running the marathon, which is fantastic. This is TEDx NHS in Waterloo IMAX Theatre in London, where we performed. Again, just amazing experience. And here I am in the recording studio doing my first solo piece on the cello as part of our new piece that we've put together this year in the orchestra called Sense of Place. This is us getting ready for it in Eastbourne at the Towner Gallery to perform in the cinema there. And then the real highlight for the orchestra for me this year was being featured on BBC Music, and the interview and the exposure we got there on the homepage has just been, the BBC homepage has just been fantastic. They came and interviewed us because we were nominated for the British Composer Awards under the section of Community and Educational Project, and that was directly because of Solace. And this is me just giving my interview at home, and talking about the way music's helped me. And here's my bass. Playing bass. What has that done to me this year? It's been fantastic. It's taken me to the Elderflower Festival. This is heading down behind stage. This is performing, and just to be able to perform in the band in Sweet and Lowdown has been fantastic this year. Really, really good. Choir came down, amazing weather. Couldn't ask for more. Regular band practices every Friday. It's become a good routine. Also played on the radio plenty of times. It's on the thedaythatdanwas.com, and played quite a lot of gigs this year. This one was a Fancy Dress, Mad Hatter's Party. And this is playing at the Royal Sussex Hospital on the radio there. Coastway Hospital Radio. And this is playing with Herbie Flowers. Massive highlight this year for me, playing with a legendary bass player on stage. This was for Guitar Saved Lives at Brighton Comedia. Fantastic gig. And this is performing our Christmas song at the Cascade Creative Christmas Party, which was fantastic. And this was the true highlight of this year, playing Brighton Dome with the band, and the last song with Herbie. Just absolutely fantastic way to round off the year.